Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Olivia, and today I have a special treat for you guys, my friend Haley. Hey, Haley.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. I'm so excited that you are able to come on my channel. Guys, Haley is a girl boss. She's young, she's inspiring, and I want her to share her story to encourage other women. You know, I'm all about encouraging other women in business or whatever it is that we want to do. I met her, loved her energy, was so interested in hearing her story and wanted her to share it with you guys. So tell us about a little bit about yourself, Haley.
Yeah, so hi everyone. My name is Haley Jaros and I am 27 years old. I currently live in Rochester Hills, Michigan. I grew up in Romeo, Michigan, so I will forever be a country girl at heart, no matter what.
Me too.
Um, right? And then I transferred over to Lance Cruz North District my 8th grade year, and I graduated from Lance Cruz North in 2014. And what after that, I went on over to Oakland University and I graduated from Oakland University in 2018. I have my bachelor's of science in business administration, but I specialize in supply chain management. So it's kind of like a mouthful if you really think about it.
Yeah, and some of the things like our lives are a little bit parallel in the way that you're almost the same age as my daughter. She's turning 27 in November, and she's a graduate of Lance Cruz High School North.
Look at that. I love
My
it.
yeah, my son also, my older son also graduated from High School North, and my 15-year-old Gabe is there. He's in 10th grade now. So our lives is a little parallel in that area, which I love. So guys, Haley is a business owner. She has a women only gym that is, oh my God, so amazing. I met her at a business networking event at her gym, and my friend that invited me was like, "Are you coming? Because I don't think I registered or RSVP or whatever." And so she messaged me, I think the night before, and she's like, "Are you coming?" And then I text her and I'm like, "Are we working out?" Because I
You're
saw
like,
that.
here's the thing. If we have to work out, I don't know. I may not be able to make it.
So it was fine. I just needed to know how to dress. Like, I needed to be prepared. And she's like, "No, we're not working out. It's a business thing." And I was like, "Okay." So I showed up and just loved Haley's energy. So tell us a little bit about your background with regards to gym ownership and exercise.
Yes. So, gym ownership, I will definitely tell you one thing. If you're ever wanting to pursue being a business owner, 1000% do it. Just know that it's not as easy as some people may think, right? So, there's always things that go on behind closed doors that not a lot of people are always aware about, right? So, there's always more. You have to do a lot more work than people think. So, to give you a little bit of background on my choices as to how I decided to get to where we were at. So, everyone, I came from corporate. Yes, I sat in a cube. I did the whole 8 to 4, 9 to 5 job. You clock in, you clock out, you have your lunch from 12 to 1, all of that. Now, when I originally was in corporate, I had an internship my junior year at a tier 1 automotive supplier called Grupo Antolin. And I was there for almost a year, right? So at this corporate job, I was really just figuring out, okay, like, is this something that I really want to pursue, right? Because when you're in college, you have no idea. You're dabbling in different areas that may interest you. So my junior year, I was actually offered a full-time job. And I was over the moon about it. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is absolutely amazing. They're offering me a full time job. Like, how could I not take this position? This is salary. This is benefits. I have to do this. And when I really thought about it, I was like, I don't think I can do this. I don't think I can sit in a cube and be watched like a hawk. Granted, I'm never going to hate on individuals that do that, because at the end of the day, everyone pursues different avenues.
Yeah.
But personally, it wasn't for me. So when I was actually presented with the offer from the director, I actually declined it. And I think she was a little shocked.
Yeah.
And I was looking back, I look back at it now, I'm like, oh my gosh, like, did I really decline like a full-time job my junior year? I'm nuts. And I look back on it now and it's just like, okay, like, it's a good thing that I did. So once I was in my corporate job, then I left that internship. I ended up just strictly focusing on school my senior year. At the end of my last semester, senior year at Oakland University, I was presented another job offer to work for a tier two. So, for those of you that are familiar with automotive, you have your OEM, such as like Ford, GM, Chrysler, all of that. And then you have suppliers below that that supply to the big three and all of that. So, I ended up pursuing a tier two job. My last semester of my senior year, I took the position. I was very happy that I did. I did not regret it at all. And the reason I didn't was because at this position, it was a much smaller company. And when I say small, I'm meaning like a couple hundred people. My tier one, you were really just a number. There
Yeah.
was thousands and thousands of people that worked for this company. So I felt like, oh wow, like my boss actually knows who I am. I'm going to make a difference in this company, right? I wanted to work my way up on the ladder, as everyone says. So when I was working that job, I was also finishing my last semester, and that was one of the hardest things I've ever done. I
You're
was
pulling double duty, right? Work and school.
Yes, I was a full-time student and I was already pursuing my full-time job. So that was definitely a handful. But at the end of the day, I'm very happy that I did take that position. I worked at that company for 6.5 years. And then just recently of 2022, I ended up leaving that job. And that was probably one of the best decisions I ever did for me personally and just like my mental health.
Yeah.
But before I even left my corporate job, I wanted to find something that I was passionate about, something
Right.
that, okay, once I was done with my 9 to 5 job, what could I do after, right? Because you
Right.
have your 8 to 4, 9 to 5 job. After you're done with your day, now what? What
Yeah.
do I do
Now what?
now?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, and that's where my hands were kind of in the air as to what is it that I really do enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
So, my now husband, Ryan, so shout out to you, Ryan. My husband was one day, he asked me, hey, let's go to the gym. And I was like, the gym? What do you mean the gym? I'm not going into the gym. You go to the gym. I didn't know anything about fitness. It was not for me. My face when he asked me, he was like, what? Like, you almost look like he was just like baffled at the fact that he even asked me. So what did I do? I love the kids. I was like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna go to the gym with him. We're gonna suck it up. So I went to a gym that's in downtown Rochester called Retro Fitness, and ended up going there, and it was the worst experience of my life. I was not feeling good. I was crying. I was getting upset with him. I was like, I'm never coming back here. This is not for me. Oh my gosh, I can't believe you brought me here. You're embarrassing me in front of all these people. I don't know how to use any of these machines, things along those lines.
Yeah.
So I kind of caused a scene a little bit, but sorry, it's okay. No biggie. So next thing you know, the next day I was extremely sore, all of that. What do you know? I ended up going the next day. Still, he asked me, and then push come to shove, I'm doing it again, and I'm going again. I'm like, whoa, like this is kind of cool. I'm starting to develop a little bit of a regimen with going consistently. So next thing you know, I wanted to start going by myself, even without him. So I ended up doing that, and even if I didn't know how to use the machines, I was still there. I was putting in the time, I was putting in the effort because I really wanted to be there for myself, because I started to realize, wow, like this, my mental health started to change a little bit.
Huge.
And
Yeah.
that was amazing. I think that is one of the biggest things that fitness has really taught me, is that not only physically do you start to change, but mentally. That's the biggest thing I would say for anybody. So, um, to keep it
So,
to kind of like,
so let me interject for a little bit there.
yeah,
You know, I love that you went and your first experience wasn't great, wasn't awesome, right? But even though it wasn't awesome, there was something in your mind that said, let me try this again, right? Not knowing that you were at a pivotal crossroad in your life, that one time going to the gym was going to change your life. It was going to change the trajectory of your life. And I love that. You didn't know that at the time, but looking back on it, don't you agree?
absolutely, 1000%. I never thought that it would bring me to this position that I am in now.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny a little bit, but we all start somewhere.
Yeah. So
So
tell us, so you started going to the gym, you hated it, it wasn't a great experience, but you consistently was going and you saw the benefits physically and mentally, which is huge. We can do a whole nother series on just, the benefits of exercising in all the areas, right? So tell us, so you started working out, and from there, what was the next step into you launching your own business?
yes, absolutely. So during that time frame, I actually ended up really wanting to start filming workouts, right? So I was like, I really want to step out of my comfort zone. I'm going to start filming my workouts. We're going to post it on Instagram. Even if my form is off, that's okay. No biggie.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So during that time when I was filming, I was actually also working out of my husband's hockey training facility right in Shelby Township. And I loved it. It was absolutely amazing. Next thing you know, when I was posting my videos on social media, people were starting to reach out to me and saying, "Hey, can you train me? I love that you're doing this. What do you charge? XYZ." So, and I'm not kidding when I say this, I was charging people like $10 to $15, nothing
Which is
crazy.
unheard of, which is
Oh my gosh,
unheard of.
so unheard of. That is so unheard of. If you were to go to any personal trainer now, it's easily $80 or more per hour, no
Yeah.
doubt. So, what really ended up making me pursue the business is when I was filming my workouts and I had all these individuals reaching out to me, I was like, oh my gosh, like I would love to be able to train them out of my husband's hockey training facility, because then I technically don't have to pay the gym when it comes to
Right.
that, because the gym was charging so much. And I wanted to make it as cost efficient as possible for people. So I'm training out of my husband's hockey training facility on Saturdays and Sundays just because I still had my full time job. So even though I was working 40 hours, I was more of working like 70 hours, right? Because then that is a lot of time. So I was training out of his hockey training facility on Saturdays and Sundays. I wanted to create a program called Summer Shredding, and I opened it up to 20 spots, and those 20 spots filled. It was amazing. And this program,
Well,
I think it was like 100.
the title alone is so catchy. Like, I want to do that. I want a summer shred.
Yeah, summer shredding, like get your bodies ready. Let's work up a sweat. Let's be outside. Let's get our tan on, everything. I love it. So filled up those 20 spots. I think it was like $100, like nothing crazy. But I was like, oh my gosh, like this is crazy. Like this is wild. Like people want me to train them. Like
Yeah.
someone who never wanted to even step foot into a gym and knew what the heck they were doing.
Right.
And next thing you know, COVID hit. Oh, it was
And the
terrible.
world shut
Terrible.
down.
COVID hit, the world shut down. I had to refund everybody back their money. And of course, like, I would refund their money anyway. It was
Right.
more it wasn't about the money. It was the fact that I was feeling just so like, oh my gosh, like I want to train people. Like this is something I really enjoy doing. I love this. I want to see women become confident and like not be afraid to like lift weights, things
Yeah.
along those lines, focusing on the strength side of stuff. So when COVID hit, refunded everybody back their money. And then of course everyone was at home, gyms were shut down. And I was thinking to myself, how can I still be a huge advocate to individuals without physically coming in contact with them, right?
Yeah.
So I ended up doing Instagram live videos. My Instagram live videos were free. I did not charge anybody. I would text people and say, hey guys, just so you know, I'm coming on Tuesday at 6 p.m. And
I love
then I
that.
would also have a couple of my friends. My husband would join me some of the days on my Instagram live videos. There would be some days, Olivia, where nobody would show up.
Right.
Nobody would show up, but I would still show up. I would still put the content out there so that way people could still look at the video afterwards if they missed the workout.
Yeah, because
So
you were
zero people.
committed. You were committed to the process and wanted to share, you know, what you were
Absolutely.
becoming passionate about. And so sometimes when that's the platform or the premise on which you start something, you may not have the following, but you're not doing it for that. You're doing it for, you know, you're working out and you're feeling good and you're wanting to share that information. And so whether it was one person or zero people that showed up, you were doing it anyway. So what, you didn't have anything to lose.
Absolutely. And that was honestly something I really had to always keep in mind is no matter what, if zero people show up or five people show up, I need to continue to show up for Haley.
For
Nobody
you.
else,
Yeah.
for me.
Mhm.
So when nobody would show up, I'd be like, okay, you know what? Like, no big deal. I would still be consistent with it, posting and saying, hey guys, going live at this time, at this day. And yep.
All right.
So 0 to 5 people would show up. Next thing you know, 5, 8, 10, 15, 20. I'm like, holy crap, like people are actually wanting to watch me on Instagram, even though I can't physically come in contact with them. So I wanted to think as to, okay, even though I had to refund everybody back their money, I still wanted to, at the end of the day, kind of make a little bit of money off of like going
Yeah.
up, going on Instagram, showing up, leading people through whether it was like a 30 or 45-minute full body workout, nothing crazy. I still wanted to be able to think, how can I still make some money off of this?
Yeah.
So I would put at the very bottom of the Instagram, tips are greatly appreciated, but not expected. Some people would tip, some people wouldn't. Again, I would not expect people to, but I was just wanting to see if there would be any
Yeah.
chance of making
Yeah.
some sort of money. So
Mhm.
I actually, I'll never forget when I had my first person, and I won't say who it is, but my first person, they tipped me $2, and I was over the moon about it. I'm like,
You're
oh
like,
my god!
yay, I've got $2.
I was like, I just got $2, and then $2 turned into 20, and then 50. So I really started gaining some traction on this, and then I was like, okay, you know what? I started saving up some money from doing these Instagram live videos. How can I even be more beneficial to my clients? I converted my 300 square foot garage into a gym.
So hold on, hold on. Let's dive into that just a bit. Let's pause there just for a bit. I like how you know, you're doing this for you, but you're thinking ahead. You're like, how can I make some kind of income from this, right? And when you started doing that and it's picking up traction, then immediately your mind went to another level up, right? How do I expand? Where do I go from here? I love that. Let's talk about that for a minute. Okay, so then after the Instagram thing started going well, you decided to level up in turning your garage into a gym. Tell us about that.
I did. So I'll tell you, it was nothing fancy. Honestly, I had 2 Amazon benches that were like $20. I look back on those now. I probably should have had people sign waivers even before getting onto those. And then I had a set of dumbbells from 5 to 35. Nothing crazy. And maybe just like a couple booty bands and like the straps that like warm up and stuff. Like nothing crazy.
So
But
hold on. I want to interject a little bit there because sometimes when people have a desire to start a business or to step out and do something, they are thinking on a grand scale. Like it has to be the biggest and
oh
the best
yeah.
and everything. And if you guys hear what Haley said, she started basic. And I love that because you can measure, you know, when you first started versus at a certain point in your career, and see how far you've come. So she started with a couple of benches from Amazon, weights from 5 to 30 pounds, and some booty bands. And this girl It started her empire out of that space. It started in Instagram, followed by your home gym, and now you're doing some big things. Tell us.
Yes. So after I grew out of the garage, and just to hit on the garage, I'm not kidding when I say this, Olivia, people were coming to me in the winter. And so let's keep in mind that my garage wasn't heated. So I would bring out little space heaters, and I would literally bring a blow dryer and blow dry my dumbbells. Like that was an actual thing. So it
To
did
warm them
happen.
up.
Yeah, to warm up the dumbbells. That is correct. So after that time frame, we really started to grow out of the garage gym. And again, let's keep in mind too, I was working my full-time corporate job doing this.
Mhm.
But instead of only doing it on Saturdays and Sundays, what I would do is Monday through Sunday. So I would work my 9 to 5, and then I would work from 5 to 9.
Yeah.
Yes, it's a long day, but the thing is though, that is when people say like working hard and like the grind, like that is like the first initial steps to the grind. It
Yeah.
really is. There's a
Yeah.
lot more that goes into that. But we started to grow out of the garage. We grew out of it very fast. And I ended up opening up a 1,500 square foot building in Shelby Township. And at this facility, it was only group fitness classes and group boxing classes. Everything was on a scheduled basis. It wasn't anything crazy. It was very simple. Our classes would be, at first they were only in the PM because I couldn't work during the day because I was working my full-time job. And it was just myself and one other person, who's a really good friend of mine. She's actually, I like to call her like my OG coach. She has been with me from the get-go when I first started at my first location. And I'll tell you, opening up that location, I was so scared. I was, oh my gosh, how am I going to afford this rent? I can't pay these utilities. Oh my gosh, like I don't even think I'm going to break even on this. Like if anything, I'm going to be losing money. And still at this location, I had my benches, I had my set of dumbbells, and I had this thing that was called a jungle gym, which that was expensive. It was $2,400. And most jungle gyms are around like, it varies on what brand you buy, but they can vary between like 15 and like 25 grand, depending if it's
Wow.
brand spanking new.
Wow.
So I bought that jungle gym with my own money. I never took out any sort of loan. And then I also purchased a squat rack as well. At first, we didn't even have mirrors. So people weren't even able to see themselves. They were staring at an orange brick wall.
But it just goes to show you the progression, right? You start out super simple, you make a couple of baby steps, right? And then once you get yourself acclimated at that stage, then you make a couple more baby steps. It doesn't have to be this full, futuristic
That's how
gym with
business owners,
everything.
yes, and that's how business owners get in trouble.
Yes.
Is a lot of people think, and I don't want to say a lot of people, I'm just speaking from what I have learned personally,
Yeah.
but I think, again, me personally, people think that when you open up your own business that you have to have everything under the sun right away. Granted, that would be amazing, but do you have the cash for it?
Right.
Without taking out a loan, without borrowing anything? Do you physically have cash on hand to purchase all of that stuff? If
Right.
you do, great, round of applause to you. Seriously, like I wish I had that, but I didn't. I had
Right.
a couple grand. That's honestly what I had. Nothing crazy.
And
And still,
I don't want people to be in what is it, discouraged with
yes,
starting a business or writing a book or whatever it is. I don't want people to think, well, because I don't have the 50 grand or the 100,000 grand or the everything, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to put it on the back burner for another year, another 2 years, another 5 years. Start where you're at. Start slow. Start minimal like you did, and over time make those baby steps forward. Have your end goal in mind, but you don't have to have everything in place to start.
It's the saying of don't bite off more than you can chew. And that's one thing that I really had to learn because my husband was like, "Oh my gosh, no." Like because I did consider possibly taking out a loan because I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I don't have XYZ. All these other gyms have it. I don't have it. Like that's not fair." But I did not want to be in a position where I had any debt in my business. I did not. And that's
And
something that
that's
I'm
so
still.
smart.
Yes, and that's something that I'm very proud of, to say that everything that I have had and still have in my business, I have never taken out a single loan. I don't owe anybody any money. It's all mine. It's all my assets that I have, and that is something that I am extremely proud of because I did not want to go into starting my business in debt.
So that's one of the things you and I have in common, right? So I have my online boutique, right? And I wanted to do the same thing. I didn't want to take out a loan. I didn't want to have debt. And so I'm still funding my business, out of my own pocket. Well, mine and my husband's pocket, you know, I'm still funding our business, my business that way. And there's something to be said for that because some people, yeah, we're not saying don't take out a loan. If that's the route you choose to go, that's the route you
Yes.
choose to go. It's nothing wrong with that. Different people need different things. We're just wanting to shed some light on other options that are available, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So talk about
Absolutely.
your new location, which is where you and I met, your
Yes.
fabulous building. So did you have any like support system or a team of people that were encouraging you to do this big leap?
So, no. The only person that supported me was my husband, Ryan. My best friend said, "Nope, don't do it. You're crazy." My family was not supportive at all with it. And someone whose opinion that really does matter to me a lot is my uncle. And my uncle even told me not to do it. My uncle has always pointed me in the right direction as to, hey, you need to go to college, you need to work in automotive, you need to have a steady salary with benefits, all of that, which is completely fine. But the thing is, though, that's for him, it's not
Right,
for me.
right. And so I want to pause here for a minute and just talk a little bit about um, sometimes when especially women, when we want to do something, we have an expectation that we're going to have this entire team, everybody in our life, everybody that we love is going to get behind us and cheerlead us and be like, go girl, you got this. What do you need? Call me if you need something. I'll be there. And
Yeah.
oftentimes that is not the reality. Oftentimes you may have one or two people, and sometimes you have nobody to support you. And so even without a support system, if you feel that God has given you this idea, you have a desire, this burning desire to do something, do it with or without a support system. Start that way. Once you start,
Yes.
you can, get people to come alongside you who will support you, but it may not look that way in the beginning, and don't let that stop you. Wouldn't you agree?
Absolutely. And I'll be honest, that is something that I really did struggle with when I was trying to get the validation from other people. Everybody was so negative. Don't do it. You're crazy. You don't know anything about business, like all along these things. And I really started to have self doubt. And I'm so happy that I still pursued it regardless
Yeah.
of what people thought. Because at the end of the day, everybody has different avenues that they want to take in life. And whether you want to work in corporate, whether you want to be a teacher, a doctor, a philosopher, whatever it is, don't ever take people's opinions on things if they aren't the ones that are doing it. So what
Yeah.
I'm saying is don't ask for validation from someone about opening up a business if they don't have a business.
Right.
Don't ask for validation about being a teacher from someone if they're not a teacher, whatever it may be, because a lot of the time when you think like people are in your corner, they're really not.
They're
They're
really
really
not.
not.
And I want to really highlight, it's wise, really. I want to highlight what you said, or piggyback off of what you said about not seeking. And this is a mistake that we make. I've made that mistake, right? But to not look for validation from people in your life who have not done what it is that you're trying to do. They have no experience with that. If you do, I promise you, you'll be disappointed. So don't even go there. If you can
No.
avoid the heartache and the disappointment, don't go there. Right.
Absolutely. And it's hard to, I'll be honest though, Olivia, it's hard not to go there
Yeah.
because those people mean so much to you and you want them to say, yes, do it, pursue it. You want them to be in your corner and be like, heck yeah, go chase your dreams.
Mhm.
But a lot of the time, those people, I don't want to say that they don't want you to pursue your dreams because that's not the case at all. But I think that if you're seeking validation from people who aren't doing it, they're probably scared to do it themselves. So they
Yeah.
wouldn't do it. Right. So
Yeah.
that's why there are people out there who are willing to take that leap of faith and believe in themselves and do it regardless as to what your mom thinks, what your dad thinks, what your boyfriend, anybody in your life. Like that is so something so important. I really do mean like that it holds a dear place in my heart when I truly mean that. So
Yeah.
yes, do not take a validation from people who are not doing the dang thing themselves.
Yeah, and you are right. It is instinctive. It is natural to want to expect validation and support from people that you love, from people that are in your inner circle. It's instinctive to lean that way. But from our experience and so many other people who've started a business or wrote a book or, done something different than what the norm is, we've been let down. So if you can take anything away from this recording, from this video, take a few pointers that just try your very best to not expect validation from people in your lives who are not doing what you're doing and have not even walked on that journey at all. Right.
Absolutely.
So let's
Absolutely.
talk about your new location. I love the
Yay!
setup. I love the setup. You have these different rooms, and you've named the
Yes.
rooms. So talk about that.
Yes. So also guys, I no longer work my corporate job. I actually left that in 2022 to pursue my full-time business. So my business is called Beyond Fitness Family. We refer to it as BFF. It's an all-women's gym. So it's absolutely amazing. The energy, the community of women that we do have in here really does make it just such a safe and comfortable environment for people to walk on in and just get to work, right? So at our location, it's a 4,800 square foot building. So my previous one was 1,500. So we made quite the jump. And at this location, we offer group fitness classes. Group fitness classes entail full body days, leg days, upper body days, hit days. We also offer our boxing classes as well. So group boxing classes. We have 6 bags, which is absolutely amazing, where the coach is leading you through hitting the bags, learning the combinations. We also have group cycling classes as well, 6 bikes on that. And that is so much fun. If you're someone who wants to work up a sweat and also get a great leg workout in and feel like you're in a club a little bit with the lights, so much fun, such a vibe. And we also, biggest thing here too is we also offer our standard membership now where individuals can come on in and utilize the equipment at their own leisure. So that is a very hot selling thing that we do have here. We also have a locker area. So we have 2 showers, we have a changing station, we have 2 bathrooms. If you were at our previous location, we only had 1 bathroom. So that was a huge upgrade for us having an additional bathroom at this location. Also, our front door is always locked. So you do have to be a member in order to even enter into the building. And the reason I have,
Safety.
yes, safety, safety, especially that we are an all women's gym. All of our coaches here are all women. So that is something that's super important. We also have 4 registered dietitians on board as well. So all of our dietitians have their specific niche, whether it's ADHD, postpartum, sports and nutrition, etc., things along those lines. So there's a wide variety of options for our clients to choose from. So whether you're interested in the classes. If you're not, we have the open gym. How about personal training? If you're not interested in that, how about a registered diet, like working with a registered dietitian to develop meal plans, things along those lines. So that was my biggest goal with BFF, was creating an environment that offers a variety of options for individuals to choose from and finding what one suits them best.
Yeah, I love that. And one of the things that I appreciate with about your gym, the membership prices are fairly inexpensive, right?
Yes.
Because I've checked out gyms before, I like to work out, I like all of that. And I've visited quite a few gyms before. And sometimes when they talk about, prices and membership points and stuff, I'm like, whoa, that's not my price point. Some people can afford it, and that's great. But I love that you're thinking about the average woman, right? And
Yes.
having different price points to meet their needs if they want a gym membership. So talk a little bit about your price points.
Yes, absolutely. So that can stem back from when I was training out of my husband's location, right? And so when I was also training out of that gym in downtown Rochester, my biggest thing is you need to make it as cost effective for your clients as possible. I'm a very transparent person. Money does not grow on trees. It doesn't. Granted, the cost of living has gone up astronomically, as we all know. But at the end of the day, you need to make it affordable for your clients. I'm sorry, but if you're charging, I'm just making up a number, $500 for 1 month, I mean, that's a car payment for someone. And if you're only allowed to go to them like one time per week, like the chances of you getting that retention from them is probably very unlikely. So you need to make it affordable. Our standard membership for people just coming on in and utilizing the equipment, it's $24.99.
A
That's,
month. A month.
yes, a month. That's like what, 2 Starbucks orders if you really
Yes.
think about it.
Mm-hmm.
So we have that. We have our class packs. Those can range from 80 to $150. It really equates down to either $20 a class or it's like $17 and some change per class.
Yeah.
And then we also have our most popular membership, which is our Platinum and Platinum Plus. So those range between 165 and 180, depending on the duration that you're wanting to commit for.
Yeah.
So we either offer a 6-month option or a 12-month option. Of course, we get it. People don't like to commit for a long time. Commitment scares people. So that's why we say, okay, we either have that 6-month or 12-month. And the reason we only have that is because 6 months is a good time for someone to get into a consistent regimen of something, because working out, if you go 1 month and then you're like, I don't feel like going the next month, you need to get into a routine. Six month is a good duration. So with that membership, our clients can come and utilize the open gym. They have unlimited access to all of our classes. They get to bring guests, discounts on merchandise, for free personal training classes. We also worked out a collaboration with a car wash that was built in front, where they get dollar car washes for a month. I mean,
which is amazing. I think that was so ingenious. I love that because everybody needs their car washed.
Oh yeah. And well, you also have to think too, for ladies, the ladies probably aren't going to get out and wash their car. They're going to either have their significant other do it or something along those lines. So why
I don't
not
want to do it. That's for sure.
I have my husband do mine. I'm like, hey, can I go get my car washed?
My car needs to be washed, honey.
Yes. So that is something I always kept in mind when I was opening up my business. But one piece of advice I would really say too is never sell yourself short. People are going to pay for not only one, the environment and everything that you have to offer, but also two, they're coming for you.
Yes.
They really are. So that's one thing that is super important in my facility with our coaches, is making sure that we're creating that connection and developing a relationship with our clients, not just having our clients come on in and feel like, okay, I'm just here to work out and then I'm going to go on my merry way for 1 hour.
Yeah.
We
want personal. Yeah.
Yes. And that is what's so important to me, because that also stems from where I got my name. So Beyond Fitness Family, to give you guys a little bit of insight on where I developed the name, and I had zero support on this name. My entire family hated it. My friends hated it. They're like, that is a stupid name. Like, oh my gosh, like come up
I
with
love
something
it.
else.
I love BFF.
So do
Listen,
I. It's
yeah,
very
I love
catchy,
it.
and two, it's all girls. So it's like BFF is very fun. It's very girly, catchy.
Yeah.
So for me, fitness extends beyond just working out, because obviously not only physically do you change, but mentally. So beyond fitness.
Mhm.
And then that family comes in with I wanted to create a family oriented environment, like I said, where people can come on in, feel welcome, feel comfortable. If it's your time of the month, we totally get it. Like we're all on the same
You can
page, right?
relate to
So
each other. Yeah.
yes. And
Hmm.
so your friends in your class almost start to become feeling like you're their family members. You're getting that love and support, and you're connecting with them. We have so many brides here, and it's awesome just to see how some of our clients like hang out outside of the gym now. And it's just amazing. They didn't even know who each other were.
I
So
love that. I love that. And one of the things too is, when you're in a positive environment where you know that you're accepted and welcome, it just makes it easier. You want to keep going back. And I love that. Your family, I know you love them, but I disagree. I love the Beyond Family Fitness BFF. I love that. So our time is winding down. Can you share with our viewers your social media handles and your location for your gym? If you're in the
yes,
Michigan area, if you're in Macomb County area, it's at a good location where you can drive. It's about, I don't know, I think like 15 minutes from my house. And I'm in Chesterfield Township, and your company, your gym is in Shelby, right?
yes. So we are located right on 23 on the north side, in between Shaner and I want to say 53, because we're not close to Van Dyke. So right on Shaner on the north side, they just built a clean hub car wash right in front of it. So we are in the second building behind it. And our Instagram handle is Beyond Fitness Family. So just at Beyond Fitness Family, that's our company one. And then my personal one, everyone, is Haley Ann and then underscore fit. So HALEYANNE_fit. So I
Are you
post.
are you
Go
on
ahead.
TikTok? Are you on TikTok?
Yes, we're on TikTok as well. So on TikTok, you can go at Beyond Fitness Family. And then we also have a Facebook page as well, which is Beyond Fitness Family.
So, guys, if you are not in the Michigan area, it's great to follow Haley on all of her social media platforms. She's super inspirational, super encouraging for women. And also, if you're wanting to or thinking about starting a business, her story is amazing. I told her to write a book because we met and talked before. I told her to write a book because there are people who need that encouragement to know that they can start and not have all the T's crossed and all the I's dotted and every single inventory and it looks, amazing. It's okay to do baby steps, and it's okay to start your business even if you don't have a support system. It's okay. You can be afraid. Fear is a natural feeling, is a natural instinct, but don't be afraid and do nothing. Be afraid and do the thing anyway. So follow my friend Haley on all social media platforms. If you are in Macomb County or near Macomb County, go check out her gym. I'm going to insert a video, a little tour of her gym here. I just love our time together. I'm looking forward to my session of full body workout. And I'll probably put it on YouTube so people could see that. But
Great.
hey, it doesn't matter what your age is. It doesn't matter what your nationality is. If you have a dream, do it. Start today. Do not delay. Thank you, Haley, so much for coming on the
Absolutely.
channel. This was amazing. I'm looking forward to us doing some other things together. Girl,
Me too.
keep reaching for the stars. You're amazing. You're an inspiration. And anybody
Thank
who was
you.
in your corner in the beginning, I bet they're sorry now. Bye. Thank you so much. We'll talk.
No problem. Thank you. Bye bye.
All right. Bye bye.